Good morning, students. In the previous sheet, we had understood the electric field due to dipole on axial line. That means the line joining the two charges. Now, in this sheet, we are going to understand the second case, that is equatorial line case. So, our target is here to find the electric field due to dipole on equatorial line. Now, the meaning of equatorial line is perpendicular bisector of the line joining the two charges. So let us understand in the diagram, this minus q plus q system represents the electric dipole, and if we join the line AB and we draw a perpendicular bisector of this line AB, that means OP line. So OP represents the equatorial line. Our target is that we will consider any point P on this line and we will solve the net electric field due to this dipole on P point. We will call it EP. So net electric field EP is the vector sum of EA electric field and EB electric field. So procedure will remain the same. To solve the net electric field, we will consider one by one the charges, that means minus q first and then second plus q, and due to these individual charges we will find the individual electric fields magnitude and direction at point P, and according to the direction rules we will find the resultant. Okay, let us start solving EA and EB, which are the individual electric fields due to the charges minus q and plus q at point P. So we will take the help of the formula electric field due to the single charge, which we have already covered in the previous sheets. So electric field due to a single charge is kq upon distance square, kq upon r square or kq upon distance square. Now first of all we will consider charge minus q. Due to this minus q, we have to find the electric field at point P. So we need the distance between the point and the charge. So we need the distance AP. Now how to solve AP? So using the Pythagoras theorem we can find AP as root of r square plus a square. Now let us put it in the EA formula. So see the formula on the left side, EA. Since the formula is kq upon distance square, so k means 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0, q upon distance AP's square we have to put, and AP is root of r square plus a square. So finally root will be eliminated with the square and only we will have the formula r square plus a square in the denominator. So we have got EA magnitude. Now we will find EA direction. To find the electric field direction, always the procedure is that we have to assume a unit positive charge at that point. So here we will assume the unit positive charge means plus 1 coulomb at point P. Wherever this charge will go, that is the direction of electric field. So this plus 1 coulomb due to minus q charge at A, it will be attracted because it is positive charge and that is negative charge. So it will be attracted. That's why the direction of EA is towards minus q along the line AP. This way EA is complete description, that means magnitude and direction we have solved. Now we will solve EB. That means we have to forget about minus q charge. We have to only consider the second charge, that means the plus q charge, which is at B. So let us start calculating magnitude. Magnitude formula is kq upon distance square. Now distance between the point and the charge is BP, which is again the same root of r square plus a square. So in the same manner EB will be solved 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon r square plus a square. How to find the direction of EB? This we can solve by assuming a unit positive charge at point P. Now this unit positive charge at point P it will be attracted or repelled from plus q. So since both the charges are like charges, plus repels plus, so this 1 coulomb will get repelled. That's why the EB direction is away from plus q charge along the same line. So you can notice the direction of EA and EB, and we have written the magnitudes of EA and EB in the formulas on the left side. And one point to remember, that we don't have to put the sign of the charge anywhere, because we are here considering already the directions. So for vector quantities, we don't have to take the sign of the charge, we have to only take the directions of the quantities. After finding EA and EB, we can notice here one thing, that EA and EB are not along the same line or not in the opposite direction. So we cannot add or subtract them to get the resultant, which is our target. So when the two vectors, that means EA and EB, are at some angle, then we can take the help of resolution technique in physics. Resolution means the same. If any vector A is at angle theta, then A cos theta and A sin theta are two components. So we will take the help of this technique here. For the resolution, we need the angles. So suppose we start assuming the first angle theta at A, the interior angle of the triangle. So at A, if we assume the interior angle theta of the triangle, then at B also the angle will appear theta only, because this is isosceles triangle. APB triangle is isosceles triangle. And we have to finally reach to the angles at EA, near EA and EB with respect to horizontal line. So we can take the help of corresponding angle property and alternate angle property, and finally we can get two theta angles of EA and EB with respect to horizontal line. This you can practice. Finally you will get these two theta angles. So after getting the angles, we can resolve EA and EB. Let us start resolving EA first. You can notice that the direction of EA is downwards obliquely. So we have to resolve it in horizontal line and vertical line. Since it is making theta angle with the horizontal line, so its horizontal component will become EA cos theta and its vertical component will become EA sin theta in the downward direction, which you can notice on the second side diagram. Now let us resolve EB. So since EB is making theta angle with the horizontal line, so horizontal component of it will become EB cos theta and vertical upwards component will become EB sin theta. So in all, after resolving EA and EB, we have four components with us, which are shown on the second diagram. Since EA and EB we have resolved, so we can forget them. Now we have four components. So that four components are EA sin theta, EB sin theta, EB cos theta and EA cos theta. But if we notice, EA sin theta and EB sin theta are equal and opposite, because EA and EB were already equal, which we have written on the left side, EA and EB formulas. So this way EA sin theta and EB sin theta are cancelling each other because they are equal and opposite. So two equal and opposite vectors give answer equal to 0. Now remaining components are EA cos theta and EB cos theta, and since they are along the same line, so whenever two vectors are along the same line, their resultant is addition. So let us write the net electric field at P point as EA cos theta plus EB cos theta, the last equation on the left side. So EA cos theta plus EB cos theta is the net. and because EA and EB are similar only, so we can write EP as twice EA cos theta. Now we will further simplify it. Okay, since EP we have got as 2 EA cos theta, now our target is to put EA formula first. From our first equation of EA, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q upon R square plus A square. So let us put on the right side in the first equation EP equal to 2 into 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q upon R square plus A square, and we have to put cos theta. So cos theta we can get from the diagram. Let us see APO triangle or BPO triangle. In that we want cos theta. Cos theta formula is base upon hypotenuse. So base is A and hypotenuse is root of R square plus A square. So finally, if we substitute it in the formula, in the first formula of right side, we are getting 2QA and upon 4 pi epsilon 0, then R square plus A square power 1 and R square plus A square power half. This way the second step will get Q into 2A upon 4 pi epsilon 0. Let us combine the powers of R square plus A square. So R square plus A square whole power will become 3 by 2. Next step is Q into 2A is actually the dipole moment P. So we will replace it by P. So we will get the answer P upon 4 pi epsilon 0 R square plus A square power 3 by 2. Now this is the exact formula. Till here we have not applied any approximation. So we can use this formula as the exact formula of electric field on equatorial line due to a dipole. So one more thing we can notice, that in the diagram our net electric field is towards left, but the dipole moment is towards right. So dipole moment P and net electric field EP are in opposite direction. So this way we can put here minus P upon 4 pi epsilon 0 R square plus A square power 3 by 2. So this minus sign denotes here that the net electric field is opposite to the dipole moment P. Okay, one thing is this, and one more thing is that in case if the approximation is given, approximation means if the dipole is if the dipole is of very small size, that means if A is very less than R, then we can put A equal to 0 in the denominator. So finally R cube will be left in the denominator after solving the power. So in this way we have the final answer as P upon 4 pi epsilon 0 R cube minus sign. So minus Kp upon R cube is the final answer. And if you recall the formula for the axial electric field, it was twice Kp upon R cube, and this equatorial formula, equatorial electric field formula is Kp upon R cube. So for the small dipoles, axial field is twice of equatorial field.